Hi friends, welcome to Techno Leadership Insights. Today, I'll share a case of a client meeting for discussing product architecture. To begin with, let me give some background information. Bob is marketing manager in a multinational company called Innotech. He is based out of San Francisco and is responsible for marketing in Far East countries, namely Korea and Japan. Innotech has a development center in Tokyo. Chang works there as an architect. Bob had an important meeting with a client in Tokyo. The client was interested in a product that was under development at Innotech. Client wanted to understand product architecture and various scenarios it supported. Bob had invited Chang for the meeting so that he could explain relevant scenarios in detail with suitable examples. The product had 5 key features relevant to the client. Bob had a prior call with Chang where he explained importance of client meeting and what he expected from Chang. Chang assured Bob that he will be ready with all details. Now coming back to actual meeting, Bob explained first product feature for about 10 minutes. Looked at Chang, expecting him to jump in with more details. There was no response from Chang. Bob waited for a second, then continued with second feature. After explaining it for another 10 minutes, he again looked at Chang, hoping that he will elaborate further. Still no sign of him taking over. Without showing his disappointment, Bob continued with third. Same story repeated after third, fourth, and fifth feature. Finally, out of sheer desperation, Bob asked Chang whether he has anything to add. To Bob's relief, Chang stood up from his chair and said, "Yes, I do." With a notepad containing lots of scribbling in his hand, he took up each feature, explained relevant scenarios, connecting them with what Bob had already explained. Client was duly impressed, and the meeting ended with a very positive note. After meeting got over and client left, Bob, who was still thinking about Chang's behavior, asked him why he did not jump in earlier, why he waited till very end. What could have been Chang's reply to Bob? I would give you 30 seconds to think over before proceeding further.
I get up by the sound of the rain. You couldn't stand me, you're playing my game. You get up, you can start falling in love again.
Here is the conversation that happened between Bob and Chang after client meeting. Bob asked, "I was expecting you to provide details of each feature after I explained them. Why you didn't contribute early? Why you waited till very end?" Chang was surprised and says, "I wanted to come in after you introduced each feature, but you didn't ask me. You continued with feature after feature. Since you are a senior person, I didn't interrupt. I patiently waited till you asked me." Bob was annoyed. "Didn't ask you? I gave you enough hints. Besides, I paused after each feature, hoping that you will take over. But you just sat there listening. Since you didn't take over, to avoid embarrassment in front of client, I kept going on and on." Chang says, "Sorry, I didn't catch your hints. I was really expecting you to explicitly invite me to speak or give a long enough pause." Bob was really getting irritated. "Long enough pause? What do you mean?" Chang says, "Yes, I was expecting longer pause, at least for few seconds. In our culture, we don't interrupt people when they speak." Bob was surprised. "Is it cultural thing? Maybe you guys are too shy." Chang replied calmly, "I don't see it that way. In Japan, we often feel Westerners hardly listen to others and speak up so much to show off. You guys practically speak on top of each other in a meeting. In our country, after a speaker completes, we leave a few seconds of silence before we make our point. So I kept waiting for you to be quiet long enough for me to jump in, but my turn never came. You were always talking, so I just kept waiting patiently. In Japan, we have a saying, you have two eyes, two ears, but only one mouth. So you should use your mouth lot less. Bob says, interesting. I guess in future I should explicitly ask you to speak rather than just give subtle hints. And even if you don't respond immediately, I need to give you few more seconds of silence. Chang says, true. I guess I too need to change. I should learn to overcome my natural tendency to wait for an invitation to speak. If I could not interrupt others, I should at least raise my hand to indicate I have something to say. Have you ever encountered similar situations earlier? What was the underlying reason for the behavior? Do share your thoughts and experiences in comment section. Thanks for watching. See you next time.